All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast. Washed Media Headquarters, Austin, Texas. My name's Will DeFries. In the studio with me today, Mr. David Ruff.
Man, I feel like I might be on my brattiest today. I feel like I might be on my biggest brat boy behavior. It's kind of like a bratty Dave summer. Are you feeling that too, or is it just me?
I've been pulling some total brat moves lately.
I was looking at your vacation pics and it looked a little bratty.
Are you in on Charlie XCX?
I don't know anything about it. I just know.
Dave, okay, can I take this opportunity to convince you to get in on Charlie XCX?
It's not going to take much.
I didn't really partake in listening to her much. And then Sally was like, man, her new album, Brat, kind of goes. So I tossed it on in the car one day, and it's honestly been most of what I've been listening to lately.
Let's give her Instagram a real quick perusing to see if we'll check it out. All right.
I mean, the song 360, straight up bop. Von Dutch just makes you feel like you're at a 90s rave taking, designer drugs, just absolutely going off.
She has a song called Von Dutch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
There's something about her music, and I don't know if other people feel this way, but this is how I feel. There's something about her music that makes me feel like it is the mid 90s and I'm watching rave footage on MTV News. Like, it takes me back to this weird nostalgic time of being a little kid and being like, damn, these parties look crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. She's been all over my TL.
Yeah, she's quite popular.
Getting a lot of buzz.
Mm-hmm. I think she's the biggest, probably op, I guess, of White Boy Summer.
Really?
I would say, because Brat Summer kind of goes directly against it.
Those two things can't coexist.
I think they can coexist, really. It just depends if the invested parties would like to. Because I do think that anyone celebrating Brat Summer could end up going home with somebody celebrating White Boy Summer.
White Boy Summer just got too intense, and Chet had to calm everybody down, tell people to tone down the rhetoric. Chet had to go on and say, hey, guys, let's just be clear here what we're doing and what we're not doing.
Well, what do you do when the masses commandeer your message?
That's tough. That's, again, like when we thought we were cool with Dad Bod, and then 2 years later, Dad Bod became way bigger, and we're like, well, no, that was us. It's just like that.
No.
Only it was White Boy Summer.
You just don't want it to be commandeered by nationalists and stuff.
That's true.
Because he's just trying to shout out the Jack Harlow types.
Yeah, which is confusing to me.
Why?
I just don't. So white rappers is what he's saying. That's who.
Yeah, I think
really embodies the spirit.
He was mainly just trying to celebrate white rappers during that time period, I think.
Much like himself.
Can I call something out in the studio?
Please.
I've been gone.
Yeah.
The AC unit went down while I was gone. Were you guys? Did no one take over icing down the servers while I was gone?
Nope.
Sorry, I'll delegate that better next time.
Producer week.
Yeah. I don't know what got fixed with the AC, but it's comfortable in here today. But for some reason, the in-studio AC vent is the loudest thing on earth.
So I didn't want to say anything. I thought, since I'm sitting over here, I almost was like, is this how it is on this side? Because I never hear it over there, but this is noticeably loud.
No, it's jarring.
The fact that all three, that you two and Brett also mentioned it, it is loud, but it's because the guy turned up to high instead of low.
He went up to 11?
Yeah.
Did they send that same dog from last time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did. So he was just back there working on it during the live stream. He was great.
Yeah, I hate missing a live stream, mainly because they're just fun. But when Dylan sent the text that just said, it actually doesn't feel that bad in here, I was like, yeah, maybe this is one that I could skip.
I don't think nobody really wanted to respond to that, but I don't know if I was in here with Randy or Brett, but we were both, we looked at each other like, it's pretty hot.
Did you guys consider going tarp off?
I think we would have. Parks was here.
Yeah, I guess Parks was here. It's kind of weird to hang out.
Weird. Yeah.
I don't think it was as bad on Thursday. Wednesday it was bad. I wanted to pop top during voicemails, but Dave wouldn't let me.
I would have been fine.
Let the boy pop top.
You're behind camera talent.
I got my own camera.
His
Right here.
camera's actually pretty
Hi.
high
Yeah,
quality.
you do have a good camera.
I've been rewatching some old segments, and by old segments, I mean recently done segments. And Randy's quite high quality coming through now.
Yeah, I think the studio got very, very warm.
Okay.
But it was fine. We powered through it, man. We never even mentioned it. We hardly ever complained about it at all. People respect us for that.
I was kind of glad to be out when I heard the AC was out.
Yeah. Yeah, AC, and then God, what else did you miss as far as like weather and
Well, I mean, I missed a couple things, but I'm gonna get to some of those in a little bit.
yeah.
I've got some things I'd like to bring up from some podcasts that
Okay.
have gone by.
Hey, this Charlie XCX.
Yes. Believe she's
Cute girl.
She's British.
She's very cute.
I think she's British at least.
Very cool.
How are you being a brat this summer?
You know, man, you just can't. I'm just kind of marching to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah.
I'm when the plane lands, maybe I'm standing up. Maybe I'm if the flight attendant says, "Hey, seatbelt's on," you can't go to the bathroom, I might just stand up and pull it out and just drain right there in the middle of the plane. It's like brat behavior. Typical
That's
brat
pretty
boy-ish.
bratty. It's pretty bratty.
Yeah.
Like, remember,
Right?
you guys saw the video of the girl hitting her elf bar on the plane, right?
No.
And then they yell at her, and then she does it again, and they're like, all right, well, you're kicked off the plane. Like, you can't vape in here.
She doubled down on the vape?
Yeah. She was in goblin mode, admittedly. She was just balled up on the thing. But, like, who thinks that you can get it? Like, you've already been called out for vaping on the plane once. You've tossed one single cloud on the plane. How do you go back and think that you can do it again?
So when she got called out the first time, had she just not doubled down, would she been okay? It
I
would have
think
been just
so.
like a,
I think they would have walked away.
oh man.
Yeah. Also, why don't you just go in the bathroom to do that?
People do that, right?
What? Vape on planes?
Vape on planes in the bathroom.
Well, have you ever been on one of those planes when like you're taking off and suddenly like all this, like, I don't even know what it is. Steam, some type of like stuff is going on. Like, do you know what I'm talking about at all? Do you, Randy?
Like an impromptu steam room?
Yeah, I've never seen that Samuel L. Jackson movie.
I've never seen snakes on a plane.
Vapes on a plane.
Right.
Vapes
Different
on a
movie,
plane.
Randy.
It's
But
good.
no, but are you saying that would be the time to do it? To try to sneak
Yes.
one in?
Yeah. I've been on a plane before where you're taking off and it's like, maybe it's the cooling system or whatever. Like, it's just like you see some type of steam in the plane. That's like the
Yeah.
perfect time to vape, I think.
Sure.
I've never hit an elf bar on a plane though.
Man, I'm scared of being so addicted to something that I would willing to risk being on a no-fly list.
I saw a dude get yelled at for trying to toss his in.
What?
Yeah. You're not allowed to do that.
Wait, what do you mean?
You're not allowed to do any tobacco products on planes.
Really?
And
Oh.
What if it's just nicotine?
I know the guy, and so I was walking through, and this guy was in first class, and I was just walking down to the plane,
Hell yeah.
and he had it open, and he was taking one out, and the flight attendant told him to put it away, and I was like, come on, help him out, help the guy out.
I wonder if it'd been a Lucy, we'd been doing a
It's
different
true.
story here.
It's true. Can't
Why?
you just like, I don't know.
Tobacco free. It's in the ad read. Listen.
I know I thought about that. I was like, he could easily just be like, this is tobacco free. This is
How
only
many
a
dudes
nicotine
have
product.
said that to their wife?
Dude's tobacco free.
No tobacco.
Yeah, no tobacco.
And then you have to like try to explain the science as to why. And you're just like, just trust me on this. You send her like a link.
That's
She
the
never
hardest
reads it.
verbiage to get through to the wife,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Or like you have like a podcast and you have one of your listeners that's a dentist and then they say it's okay to Zin and you're like, no, my podcast listener dentist friend said it's okay.
Yeah, if your literal dentist says it's fine,
You got to have a dentist friend.
you got to have a dentist friend. I had a hangover one time where I was worried that my tooth was falling out. And I called my dentist friend and I was like, is there any possibility that my tooth is going to fall out? And he was like, dude, you need to like drink some water and just go lay down. Stop. Teeth don't just fall out from hangovers.
Boy, that would be bad. That would be an
Yeah,
all-time
Dave.
bad hangover. Like, dude, my tooth just fell
This is when
out.
I was living at the vape house when we were going to Rainey on Sundays.
Oh, yeah. I get that. That was
Yeah.
a different time for you.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time.
Yeah. I think he was still in dental school at that time.
Hey, shout out to, speaking of the vape house, shout out to Matt Starrett.
Dude.
Posted some heat on the gram. No one knows who that is, but he lived at the vape house.
Yeah, my old roommate ended up. He's the one who kind of had the idea that we could use the studio at the vape house when we started circling back. And Dave and I are friends with him, and he's just being the man right now.
He wears top hats.
He's just casually wearing top hats on the timeline. It's sick. He did send me a photo from some horse race he went to where there's just a guy in a top hat laying on the ground, and he's got
Okay.
a cigarette coming out of his mouth, and somebody's just lighting the cigarette while he's laying on the ground.
That
And I was like, that's a
rocks.
good photo. Like, I like the top hat cigarette combo.
Me being a non-smoker my entire life I've really missed out on some good photos,
Yeah,
and that's disappointing.
yeah. I've gotten a couple, like for someone who botches their deal cigs, I've gotten a couple really good photos of Brett smoking heaters.
I think he's gotten better.
He just has his moments.
Yeah,
He needs
now-
to be drunk.
Now that he's more confident in it and knows that like he's not going to get yelled at, he just has to put his chest out and then really embrace that
Mhm.
cig.
Hmm. Just one puff in the office will go a long way.
Sure.
We got some big stuff going. A lot of big stuff brewing. Tomorrow is going to be a little something called Cold Call. You guys familiar with this show? Yeah, Cold Call. Beyond the paywall. Very excited. If you want to leave us your phone number so we can give you a call tomorrow, go to washmedia.com/cold call, fill out the form, and we'll give you a call.
Yeah, and if you miss our call during the show, and we are in a forgiving mood, you could DM Randy and be like, dude.
Mm-hmm. We'll put Randy on DM watch.
Yeah.
So go follow Randy,
Yes.
DM Randy. If you're single, also DM Randy.
Yes, if you DM me and you are not following me, I will not tell the guys that you DM.
There you go. There you go. That's the move. That's the move. That's a good move. We also have something, I guess you guys teased it last week, but I really want to talk this out now. We had a listener recently reach out who has every episode of Touching Base downloaded. And correct me if I'm wrong. Are we going to kind of do a, what's that called? Mystery theater?
Like a director. Yeah, I guess that's a
Director's
cut,
commentary.
Commentary.
Little
type thing.
director's cut with some old segments from the show that was.
Yeah, we used to do a different podcast way back in the day. If you're like a dumb fuck and you're new here,
Dude, shout out
shout out to the dumb
to
fucks.
DFs.
Yeah, and we've got some fairly iconic moments for us, and I think it would be fun to play them and just kind of let us, because we have not gone back and listened.
No,
And
I don't think I've listened to. I think the only thing I've actually listened to since Touching Base ended was like a couple minutes of the Wes and Dill interview, and even that I might just have some type of memory that I've made up. Like I'm not even positive that I've listened to that. So there's a ton that I just have forgotten about. I'm worried that we're different people now.
we are. And I tried to listen to some of the Wes and Dill, and just hearing my voice, I was like, and hearing myself plug LinkedIn, I'm like, oh God, it
Hell
was
yes,
it was
dude.
a little cringy for me.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited.
But yeah, I think we might drop something on Patreon this week or this weekend where we sit in here. Maybe if that classic segment involves an old producer named Micah, we bring him in and we just listen and talk through it.
We
I
have
think
to get
that
him
might
in.
be fun.
We might just need to figure out what day of the week Micah can just come in and rip some of these.
Yeah.
We also have the newsletter going, wash.substack.com. I will be writing the State of Wash Media this week now that I'm collecting information regarding The Office last week, and I'm storing that information, and I'm going to write that information on wash.substack.com.
Okay. You picked a good week.
I'm a little worried about some stuff going on here, but we'll handle that later.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we got the loud ass AC unit.
Randy, did we figure out what the issue was with because I left?
Yeah. Do you really want me to admit on air what it was?
Kinda.
It was a filter issue.
It was a filter issue.
It's
We
embarrassing, dude.
have not replaced that filter since we got the air conditioning unit replaced last August. So the guy was like, "Yeah, it's really dirty," and it was on a low setting fan, so like the suction wasn't enough, and then the whole thing like there was no airflow and it froze over. So he had to like de-ice it and everything, and told us that we need to replace the filter, and we should be doing that once a quarter.
Yeah, but we've always been a company that exists without a filter.
That's kind of our
true.
thing.
Yeah.
We're like the vintage cigarette of podcast companies.
It's true. So that's why it's on high right now, so that
Time out.
it'll get airflow, and we got a filter coming in
Once
tomorrow.
a quarter, replace the filter?
That's what he said.
I've been replacing mine at home monthly.
Yeah.
Am I going crazy?
No, I think Dave. I think for the integrity of your AC unit, I think that's probably the move.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You got 2 kids at home, man.
True. Allergies, things of that nature.
A lot of things of that nature.
Yeah, the tree could fall on it or something.
Okay.
That's
That did
fucked
happen.
up.
That's
It's
not
fucked
cool.
up, dude.
Don't worry. No
That's
trees
messed
anymore.
up, dude.
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
Let's just go have fun and let go with it.
Little Woodrows, let's go.
Recapping this weekend in fun, presented by our friends over at Rowback. I am so happy with Rowback stuff lately. So happy. I wore so many Rowback polos on my vacation. I went straight dad mode on them all day. It was just swim trunks, Rowback, polo, Rowback, bucket hat, Rowback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bucket hat made it on vacation. If you saw me in the pool, just absolutely just getting splashed on by my son as he just jumped in numerous times. I was that guy in the Rowback bucket.
I love a good bucket hat in the pool. Rowback makes a great one. We now are the owners of the same bucket hats.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. Bucket Bros. Go to rowback.com. Use WASH20 for 20% off anything in the store. Again, rowback.com, WASH20. They got a lot of stuff going on. If you're a fan of college football, keep an eye out. They got a lot of campus stuff on there already, but I think there's going to be some more.
Ooh. Good tease.
Who?
Good tease.
Yeah, who?
Oh, no, like you teased that like they may have some upcoming merch.
Oh. Yeah.
They do have a ladies line now, though. So
Fritz has been.
Why do you make everything horny, Randy?
Yeah, that was weird. My son is obsessed with his brand new polos that I got him from Rowback.
Yeah.
He loves them. He thinks they're soccer jerseys, and so he just always has to put his soccer jersey on. I'm like, that's a golf polo, Playboy.
Yeah, that's sick though.
What'd you get into this weekend, David?
Randy, do me the honors.
all right, here it is.
This was Saturday night.
Wow. Oh, okay.
I played back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I did play my soccer.
That's a good pick of that pizza too. Like,
so this is like 8 minutes after an attempted assassination, and the Zaw got there, and I needed something different to happen for the group text. So I was like, I'm just gonna take a picture of this Zaw. Yeah, this is Desano Pizza downtown Lavaca Street. One of my favorite pies in town.
dude, they're kind of hit or miss for me, I feel like, but this looks delightful.
This was good. It had been a long time since we had picked them up, and it hit, man. And don't even ask me how many slices I ate of this pizza. Ask me how many slices.
How many slices?
I had 5 slices of pizza.
Oh,
So
that's a good pizza.
it was delightful.
They got those big ronies and then they chop them up to
I
make
know.
little ronies. Like,
I
that's
like
a
that.
vibe.
I like how they mix that up.
Dude, the taint of this pizza also looks really good. The taint area between the crust and the cheese, like, it looks elite. Like, oh, that bite down there. Oh, that bite down there is
That was
so
that
good.
was honestly. I'm glad you noticed that. I was gonna say that was my favorite bite that night. That was it. That was the one. So yeah, we ordered pizza, and that was it. Go ahead.
Oh, see.
No. We man, just laid low. Friday I played golf. I took the morning, the afternoon, and played a little golf. Shout out to Ryan and Blaine, and our caddy Fetty. We went out there and we played a little golf. 53 on the front, not great.
Okay.
41 on the back.
Okay.
Got a few pops in me. Had a few pops on the course. I think I only lost $16. No one's moved to claim that yet. So we'll see if they do. It was a good time. It was a good weather day. We got pulled off on 18T for lightning, but went in, had a couple beers, went right back out.
Oh, beautiful.
Weather was overcast and borderline nice.
I got a text message on Friday of you walking off of a tee box from one of the gentlemen that you were with, and I was like, fuck, that sounds so good. This is while I was taking off on a plane, and I was just like, man, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't ask me to play. And I was like, Will, you've been out of town.
Yeah, we know
Like,
you've been out of
Don't
town.
be a douchebag and like be upset that you didn't get invited to a tea time that you absolutely cannot make.
Right.
But it's just that feeling.
From there, I did a really weird move. Went home, saw that my lawn was getting a little bit overgrown. In my golf clothes and golf shoes, I mowed the lawn.
You might as well. You already got clippings everywhere.
That's Alyssa's like, you just left your clothes on and your golf shoes? And I was like in the zone. It was like one of those little episodes where you're just like, I'm going to get this done now. And Randy wants to do like some whiteboard, like itinerary stuff.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that can stop him. That's the zone I got in.
Dude, I told Sally last night, I was like, the bear has had a positive effect on me when it comes to cleaning the kitchen lately, because I've just been going in straight up bear mode and just like cleaning the kitchen as hard as I can, as fast as I can to get it done. Yeah. And now that I've like adopted that, I love cleaning our kitchen.
Every second counts.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you in the bear?
So I have not watched any episodes. I'm on episode 5. My plan is I would like to finish it this week.
Okay.
Instead of playing FIFA this week, I am going to take that FIFA time and knock out 2 episodes a night before I can play FIFA.
So you may have missed this. This can be in your state of watch media. Did you hear I'm back in on Lost?
I did hear this. I've never watched Lost.
I for some reason am. And
What's it even streaming on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And look, I pretty much watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Lost Friday night after I mowed the lawn.
That sounds great.
It was pretty delightful. Had a couple red stripes. It was great. I guess Saturday when the stuff went down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was very, very much online for that.
I was too.
I was like, well, I just want to see. I want to see who's going to be the first person to have to delete some tweets. Who's gonna cover this right? Which news outlet's gonna have like the potential worst headline of all time? Just a lot of things. So my screen time for that night is gonna be very, very high. Also, some Lost. Caught up on the boys. I'm all caught up on the boys. House of the Dragon, Hot D as Ross calls it. Last
good.
night, really good stuff, man. Really, really low key weekend.
Is House of the Dragon living up to the expectations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I need somebody to watch it so I can talk about it with them. Randy, you're not watching it, right?
I am 2 episodes. I watched episode 2 last night, so I'm slowly trying to get back into it.
Something's wrong when I'm caught up on stuff and y'all aren't, except for Lost, which I have like about, I don't know, like 300 hours left of that show.
Lost.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I never got into it because it was not something my friends who were watching it didn't live near me, so I never heard anyone talk about it. And so I just never got into it, but I could see myself getting obsessed with it.
Yeah. Had I watched it at the time, I would have been all in on it. And I'm going back and I'm trying to, some of the stuff that's in it that I know like isn't a revelation for TV now, like it's all been done since then. I'm like, okay, I got to consider that this was probably groundbreaking 18 years
Back
ago
then.
or whatever.
Yeah, that was a
So,
long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember like visiting a friend at Michigan, like the University of Michigan, and we had to delay going out to watch a Lost episode so there were no spoilers. And I was just sitting there like, man, I don't even know who these people are.
That's crazy.
I don't want to do this right now.
Yeah.
That's
That's hilarious.
That's exactly how I felt when I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey on the plane. I was like, this shit is like kind of nowadays. Like, oh, it was groundbreaking back then. Like, it was probably super, super cool back then.
You have to consider that.
Like, I'm coming from watching Interstellar first.
Sure. It's like watching old time basketball.
Yeah.
No 3-point line.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay. Well, look, yeah, you can't really compare the eras.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yeah. It's like listening to early Beatles.
I like early Beatles.
You don't want to hold my hand?
That's a good song.
Twist and Shout?
I don't have enough Beatles knowledge to talk shit.
They say it's your birthday. Gonna have a good time.
Dylan hates the Beatles.
The Beatles.
My father-in-law let me borrow some Beatles vinyl, and I decided to listen to some songs that I'd never heard before, and I have a new appreciation for them, but it's still just simply not a band that I care about.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
Thank you. I mean, I'm more interested in their lore.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
The more like drug vibey stuff I never got into. I only like their early like pop rock stuff.
Paperback right high.
You know that one. Who could forget that timeless one?
Dude,
that
I
Will just
should-
sang.
I should be a Beatle.
You should. What'd you do?
This weekend, Sally and I took our sons to a city I'd never been to called Cashers, North Carolina. I've never been to North Carolina before. It's a beautiful state.
Mm-hmm.
We flew into South Carolina, also a beautiful state. But the drive up to the mountains is just next level stuff.
Did you rent a car?
No, we got a ride from the airport to the hotel. Didn't rent a car. When you're staying at a resort, I always worry that if I like rent a car and keep it at the resort and I'm not planning to use that car very much, that it's going to be like $100 a night to like valet the car overnight because they don't have like a parking lot and stuff.
That was probably a smart move.
And yeah, it just kind of scared me a little bit. But yeah, we had a good time. It was very simple, straightforward vacation. We hadn't taken Charlie, our youngest, on vacation yet, and so I'll just do my daily routine. Here's my daily routine, Dave. I would wake up every morning. I'd be out the door for a nice little walk around 7:30. I'd return around 8:30, 8:45. The boys would be awake. We'd go to breakfast. I would eat some eggs. I was big on eggs this trip. Not sure why. I don't usually like eggs that much. I was big on pastries, and then I just took Fritz to the pool every day, and he just would wear himself out, and it was just a delightful time. The most gratifying thing that's happened with Fritz in the longest time was that he swam across the pool with no help, not the long way, just the short way. But he started on a step, jumped off the step himself, swam across the pool, and got to the other steps. And just seeing the look on his face when he got up out of the water, I was so shocked at what happened that like there was a pause, and then I threw my hands in the air like this.
That's
and then
huge.
He threw his hands in the air, and it was just scenes.
What a moment.
What a moment.
Fight.
Yeah, it was major fight energy. Yeah, then that we just kind of hung out. Played some golf. Played one single round of golf. The greens were rolling at a 13. Hit one of the best approach shots I've ever hit in my entire life based on where the ball landed, and must have just cooked it a little too much. Had a little spin on it, just rolled off the front of the green, ended up triple bogeying. Just not great.
Solo
round. I was paired up with a dude, but I moved my tee time up, and so I just hung this dude out to dry. Felt really bad for him. I had to do what I had to do.
I like the solo round on vacation.
Yeah, it was kind of great. I played the final hole with the number 10 ranked junior girls golfer. And I don't know what came over me on that hole, but I did birdie the hole, so it made me look really good in front of maybe a future LPGA Tour player.
Remember the name?
I don't remember the name, unfortunately. I might be able to figure it out, but I don't know if I want to spend my time Googling junior golfers.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it's just not something you want to do. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty chill weekend. We got back on Friday and just kind of hung out. It was nice having 2 days to just do whatever the hell we wanted in town. I didn't play my ZA card this weekend, Dave. I haven't played my ZA card in over a week.
What was the best meal you had?
So the place where we were staying, they had a dining room, and they switched the menu every night, but they essentially had like 3 different menus that you could get every night.
Okay.
There was a duck dish that was just simply life-changing. And I had it twice when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
It was just so good. It tasted like fall. It was just a beautiful thing. The pool also had a chicken sandwich made by the chef whose name was Mitch. He called it the Mitch Filet. And so I was just going off on that Mitch Filet at the pool every day.
Mitch Filet. Nice.
I don't hate the name Mitch Filet for just
I like
that.
it. Did you hear my news?
No.
You know how like the last month I've been telling people I'm going to Asheville for that wedding in October?
Mm-hmm.
Because Asheville is probably what, hour north of where you were?
Yeah. I think we flew out of Asheville.
Okay. That wedding is not in Asheville. It's in Pinehurst.
Oh, okay.
I completely have been out of the loop on this.
Are you just flying in there?
I don't even think I'm flying in.
But
there.
can you just not? This is great news for D-Man, right?
It's the golf wise. This is good news. This opens up Tobacco Road.
Are kids going?
No.
Okay. Yeah. D-Man's
not only
eating.
I gotta say, it might just be me. We don't know yet. We don't know if Alyssa's going.
All I'm saying is, from a golf perspective, that might be like best case scenario to get as many rounds in as possible.
Yeah.
But that being said, if there's no kids involved, I don't think Sally would be bummed if there were no kids at a wedding and she had all the time in the world to do whatever she wanted while I played golf the entire time.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be me, my family, uncles, and stuff playing golf. So I've already got some people sending me some good recs, but I'm such a dummy. Like my sister listened to the show and was like, she called me. She's like, the wedding's not in Asheville. She's like, I don't know where you got that. Someone mentioned Asheville, and I think I was just so out of the loop that I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's where it is.
When we landed, I was talking to someone and I said something like, yeah, I've never been to North Carolina before. And they looked at me and they're like, you're in South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, I totally knew that. Like, I totally knew that, but I'm going to North Carolina.
Right.
I'm going there.
It's all Carolina.
Yeah. I would love to go back to North Carolina. Awesome state from what I saw.
Yeah.
The mountains are beautiful. It reminded me of northern Michigan, but the trees were taller and the mountains were just awesome.
Were they blue though?
No blue mountains. No blue mountains,
okay.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think we got too many of those. Can we hear from our friends over at BetterHelp? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Dylan and I were talking the other day. I think we got a question on exactly 5 minutes that was, what's a saying that has stuck with you for a long time? And one of those things was comparison is the thief of joy. And it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. But therapy is something that can help you focus on what you want instead of comparing yourself to others and what they have, so you can start living your best life. I've never shied away from using therapy to get my mind right. I've been using therapy for, I don't even know at this point, probably 7 years. And I kind of use it on an as-needed basis. I used to have regular appointments set up every single week. But when I stopped needing it as much, I just started doing it kind of spottily. And it's just kind of a touch and go thing for me, but that's always been a good thing. If you're thinking of starting therapy yourself, I implore you to give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire. You get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/circling today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/circling. Well, they tried to get the Orange Man. I know you alluded to this, David.
What a weird.
Where were you? Where were you?
My house. I was at my home, and Twitter, of course. I think I was scanning Twitter for I don't know. I was watching like Fallen Rangers Astros, the end of that game, and I saw like shots fired, whatever. And so I flipped on the news. And I saw what happened. I called my parents, see if they were watching.
I don't think I understood the gravity of an assassination attempt on a former president in the moment. Because it's like, if this happened to Barack Obama, I think I would think differently of it, because he's not in a current race. There's not the chaos surrounding the man's life like there is Trump. There's not so many moving parts. And so my reaction wasn't like, oh my God, they just tried to kill a former president. It was it was just more Donald Trump driven than anything. I had just picked up 2 skirt steaks, Dave, for some beef fajitas on the grill.
Okay.
I'd gotten those all prepped, put them on a nice tray, brought them out, tossed them on the grill, fired up a little Grateful Dead Europe 72 so I could time out my my flips on the grill using a song. Something I've been doing this summer.
That's impressive.
And then I looked at my phone and I had a text. And it was just, Trump got shot. I was like, what? Excuse me?
Yeah. It wasn't real to me until Kid Rock weighed in.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I didn't even know if it was true until Kid Rock weighed in.
I was like, man, how do I know this really happened? Until the Rock, the bull god himself, chimes in. And where's he on this? And also... Yeah. I really wasn't sure until Elon had really used the the 6 minutes immediately after to say, you know what, I've seen enough. I'm endorsing this guy, which I really have been thinking about that a lot. And it felt like a wild move to just be this is the time to do it. How do I make this about
I didn't
me?
even see that. I have Elon muted, admittedly. I just get too annoyed with his nerdness.
Yeah,
no, not nerdness, dorkness.
And I swear, in the hour after, it was all right, well, I'm endorsing this guy. And then also,
we knew you were endorsing him anyway. Elon.
Yeah, I mean, it was just weird. But
we've seen your likes that you took away.
He usually, then he used that time to be oh, also, this is crazy. Someone tried to assassinate an ex-president. I had a couple people try to kill me in the last few months.
Really?
So he tried to make it about.
Oh, I thought you meant you. Sorry, I thought you were talking about yourself. I didn't know. I didn't know you had shooters out there.
Probably. People don't like my takes. But yeah, he was I was just watching it, and I'm like, man, this is the ultimate kid who went to Paris and went by the Notre Dame Cathedral, and as it's burning, and they're in Milwaukee or wherever they live, they're oh my God, I was just there last summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, this isn't really about you right now.
See, my issue was that because of the situation I was in, I thought I had white boy summer too close to the sun.
Okay.
I was out there grilling. I was wearing some shorts that had a 5-inch inseam. I had a polo on with a country club logo on it. Dead playing. You know, I was getting ready to sit down and watch some sports, and like suddenly Trump got shot, and I was like, yeah, it's probably time to take the polo off. Like this white boy summer's kind of going too far.
It went too far. Chet had to get on there and tell him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can we hear what Kid Rock had to say for anyone who's maybe not following?
It was good to have him
Robert
break
Ritchie.
it down. It was good to have him break it down like bit by bit.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
A lot of people pointing out that
Okay.
this is the angriest anyone's ever been on a pontoon boat.
God, he really is on a pontoon boat.
He's wearing a hat that says "White Boy of the Summer"
Of the year.
or of the year. Actually, "White Boy of the Summer" might go harder to me than "White Boy of the
Dude,
Year."
he is. I'm telling you, he is not the white boy of the year.
He's not. He's
or of the
not.
summer. There's not. I'm sorry, man. There were. Look, 2003 probably held that title. That was a long time ago, dude. It's been 2 decades since he's even sniffed white boy of the year.
Please, if you're interested in Kid Rock in general, if you want to go back 13 years to when he released his Born Free album, please go watch some interviews around that time, because you will see the way that this man has politicized himself in hilarious ways based on what he tried to do at that time, which was just be Bob Seger. He's like, I just want to be a classic American musician. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I think the government's all messed up on both sides.
Hey, yeah, man. These guys, both sides can get it.
I did see someone recently say that Kid Rock's just trying to hold on to any fame that he has, and he'll do anything to do it based on like sources from the inside. And I was like, yeah, I guess that does check out. He does have heaters though. That's the thing.
The tough thing about that video he put out is like the guy who did this was immediately murdered or was immediately killed by
Yeah.
a Secret Service sniper. So he'll never see that video and know that Kid Rock's mad at him. But that's a good deterrent for anyone who's got any ideas going forward. Be like, well, fuck, I don't want to piss off Kid Rock.
No.
Like that.
There's going to be a lot of people sitting at their ballot getting ready to check Joe Biden. They're going to think, wait.
Is that fucking with Trump?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Yeah, I mean,
You're either with us or against us. He drew the line.
what if Kid Rock is sneaky slated as like his running mate this entire time, and he's like, hold on, don't kill my guy right now.
Yeah,
You're supposed to do that when I'm in office so I can be President Kid Rock.
I don't know. Oh man, I just don't know if I could support a Kid Rock VP bid. I guess
feel
we'll find out in the next couple of days.
Well, yeah,
We're
I
gonna
feel like
see.
Trump has enough of a stronghold on this election at this point that he could do a bit vice president, and I still think it would be fine. I think I'd be more okay with it.
It's he just picks. It's like the little sass pointing at himself. Like he just picks like a random dude. Like, wait,
Do you see all the Barron memes? Like, this country's fucked for the next 50 years because Barron's just going to avenge his father's, assassination attempt.
oh man, yeah. Barron grows stronger by the day.
Barron's going to be on his Batman grind.
That was
before we know
fucking.
it.
That was a really surreal evening.
It's weird. I don't think anyone in the United States is like pleading, like just absolutely begging for any of our presidential candidates to be shot. And if you are, that's kind of fucked up.
Typically, no.
Yeah, it's not something I usually.
Even if you don't like the guy enough to like want that, like you have to realize that that's not a good thing. Like that's not a good thing, generally speaking,
No.
for the health of the republic.
I will say, I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner in our lives. Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this is the first time that we've really had to directly head on confront something like this when it comes to like our presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Reagan was the last one.
Was there an attempt to him?
The Iraqi journalist threw shoes at W,
Oh yeah, that's true.
which wasn't technically an assassination. It was still like you don't do
Dude,
that.
he ate that though.
Dub just dodged it.
Yeah. Have
Even
you?
even like hit him with a little smile.
Dude, he didn't even try to get away from the podium. He just stood there.
Yeah, it was that was really bizarre too.
Dog behavior.
I'll
But
watch
this
this
was
drive.
But if you think about it, he's dodged 2 shoes. Where's he getting the third from? You can kind of just stand there.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I don't know if I'd have the presence of mind to count the shoes as they're flying by my head.
Hey, that's why he was the president and you're not.
That's
man.
true. He's quick on his
right.
feet. Yep.
He's the decider.
Yep.
I thought it was very strange that the first thing I noticed, 2 things I noticed immediately, was the photographer. I think he's an AP photographer
Mhm.
who didn't miss a beat and just kept like getting the shots, and he eventually got that shot of like Trump with his fist.
Crazy.
Then I went in and looked into that guy just because I'm like, dude, this is badass. And he's already won one Pulitzer. He's going to win another one for this. And the guy's just like a certified badass photographer.
That's sweet.
And there's bullets popping off, and he's just doesn't even faze him. That was wild.
You need people like that.
You do. I mean, maybe that's the guy you need, like heading up the security detail.
Yeah.
No panic in that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, all the accounts coming out of people being like, yeah, there was just a straight up dude on a roof and no one was doing anything about it. Like, okay. Were they like, honest question, are they scared to murder this guy on a roof because they don't know who he is and they don't want to, like, you know, raise a flag to this? Like, but because you can't do anything but shoot him.
I don't know. We're going to find out because these people are going to have to testify, the people in charge of security detail, Secret Service. But like, I think that they are not. Are they allowed to engage a target before they shoot? That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's how it works. I mean, you think here's a guy in a t-shirt and cargo pants. It doesn't make any sense. And there's a lot of smarter people who can break this down. But like, just a guy watching, I'm like, it seems like somebody messed up big time here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like there's people who have some bad tweets that don't even get to go to this event because it's like they know everybody who's there, and it's like, hey, this guy, everybody saw him. That's the weirdest part. Is you go every morning, you look at Twitter. Here's a new video of some like people, like 10 people, being like, "Hey, guy on the roof with a gun."
There's a guy right here.
No, he's right there
with a gun pointed at the person who's supposed to be president.
Yeah.
Should we?
He's in a t-shirt and like jeans. Like, it's not confusing. That guy's not supposed to be up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
Yeah. I don't plan on ever trying to assassinate anyone. I can't speak for anyone else in this room.
I also do not plan to assassinate anyone.
Not in the cards for your boy. If I do, it's going to be because the government contracted me to, and they will take my life if I don't do it.
MK Ultra, maybe a little bit too.
Oh, a little Mickey
Is
Ultra?
that like a festival in Vegas or something?
Yeah, sure.
I had like 8 Mick Ultras on the course the other day.
See, they were doing free Mickey Bang Bangs at Kelly's Irish Pub the other day.
I would feel weird ordering a Mickey Bang Bang at Kelly's Irish Pub.
I was thinking about it. I was like, even if I was at Kelly's Irish Pub and they were giving out free Michelob Ultras, I think I'm still just paying $8 for a Guinness. Because I don't think I can sit in there drinking a Mickey Bang Bang.
Is it a test? Is it a test to like see who takes it? And
they put your photo on the wall.
They blacklist you.
They put your photo on the wall. Like, yeah, this dumbass drank a Michelob Ultra in our bar.
I saw Birkenstock just opened a store and they're giving away Birkenstocks today.
Oh yeah,
like in Austin.
Yeah, That's a win where what play. I saw them post about it.
Must not have been in my Deadhead Facebook group.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm surprised you're even here today.
Yeah,
I figured you'd be
I thought I should be waiting in line right now trying to get some new Bostons.
Yeah.
Yeah, my clogs are disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. We should do the Will Clog Sniff Challenge where each of you has to sniff in. No?
Hey, I just don't want to sniff clogs.
I don't know. I think
my clog sniffing days are behind me.
I think all the listeners just did the meme of when you go down when you start losing in a video game where you sit forward. They all want the clog sniff challenge.
I'm more fogs than clogs.
Okay.
more gogs and fogs and clogs.
Randy, can we put up the White Boy Summer status report?
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, where are we at on this, and how's it stacking up to Brady?
This is the best recap I've seen so far of White Boy Summer. Donald Trump convicted. It says stock up. Zinn shortage, stock down. Cameron Brink, stock up. Hunter Biden's crack smoking, stock up. Joey Chestnut, 4th of July, stock down. Christian McCaffrey, Madden cover, stock up. Cameron Brink, ACL tear. That was tough for everybody. But then Donald Trump survives assassination, stock up.
Plays golf the next day.
Yeah.
Look.
Probably better than I did.
That is the biggest total frat move I think that's been pulled since I even knew what total frat move was.
It was, it's the obvious plays say, well, that's TFM, but like everyone was thinking it. They're like, man, if only there was like a website, a social sensation, cultural sensation that would have documented this.
Did you see the Reddit post that was going viral about a alleged bag boy that watched some of the round?
It made its way into a group text, and everyone was kind of like, I don't know about that.
The alleged story was that Trump drained a putt and said, "Unlike the shooter, I don't miss." Which, if he actually that's something that he would say.
That I believe it. Having seen like footage of him recently at a golf course talking to people, like and didn't know he's being recorded, I can totally see him saying that.
If he hasn't said it, he's going to say it at some point. How pumped is he that obviously he's pumped he survived just for life reasons, but like
Life is good.
if there's one person that wants to survive an assassination attempt, it's got to be him. He's got to be pumped right now.
You gotta say, man, you really don't see people survive in the attempt and then honestly like dropping the coldest photo of all time. Mainly because like you'd think that they wouldn't be allowed to do that because of their security detail, like rushing them out of there.
How did they let him get up?
I don't know.
How they let the shooter on the
How
roof.
did they
There's a
let
lot
him
of
get up?
questions.
I don't know. It's very odd.
There's some incompetence going on there.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. You see enough movies about like Secret Service shit, and it's like, oh, they got eyes on every window, on every rooftop. They
Dave,
got everything.
Please watch Snake Eyes. Nick Cage.
Okay,
It's so good.
okay. Snake Eyes.
Snake
Is this the one you told me about recently?
It's in Vegas.
Ah,
It's during a prize fight. Nick Cage.
okay.
Greg Kinnear, I believe.
There's a name.
It is such an I don't know if it withstands the test of time because it's been a while since I've watched it. But
It's Nick Cage. I'll give it a shot.
it's A+. It's
Okay.
A+.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The memes were pretty good.
Huh?
The memes were pretty good.
My favorite meme was Trump as the Matrix guy, as Neo, just dodging bullets.
That was good.
Like I don't know why. It just was perfect.
I liked his head photoshopped on 50 and many men playing. And also 50 put that as his background when he was at a concert.
Yeah,
It's a really poorly done Photoshop too. It's phenomenal.
that's what makes it good.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like if he has not tilted his head or turned his head just slightly, like we're dealing with a very, very different situation.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I'd wanted to come. I don't think I would want to come into the office and record a podcast if he had died. Like I would kind of want to take the day off.
We got to like figure out our tone.
It's just
Like,
not something.
hey, can we joke about Brad Summer?
Yeah.
Can we do? We just talked Charlie XCX the whole time.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Is that why Dylan took the morning off?
Yeah. Yep. I heard he was heading out DC way.
For?
Gonna go put his fist in the air.
Okay.
Support the Orange Man.
He's got to figure it out himself where the breakdown happened.
Well, had he been there, I'd gone down different. Let me just say also, there's a ton of people in Houston who still don't have power. And I just want to give a shout out if
Yeah.
you're able to listen.
I can't believe it, man.
Grossly underestimated that number. And then I had friends who I hadn't heard from in a while, like in group text, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't have power. We had to leave town. We had to go blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Terrible.
oh,
Dude, Houstonites get real screwed.
that's bad.
Like Houston got it really bad during the freeze. They get it bad. Like they get any hurricane stuff gets bad. I know some people in Houston that have had to like been displaced from their place for like 3 months before because they had to do repairs after major weather events. And I'm like, man,
What do you do if you don't have the means to like?
it's
that's
yeah, right.
crazy.
Well,
It's really, really.
I know
wild.
one person who forced her landlord to put her up in a really nice hotel for 3 months.
That's
She was
sick.
like, no, I pay a lot of money to live here and I'm now out because of you. And she ended up living pretty good.
Oh my God, that's a brat girl summer right there.
That's a brat girl summer, dude.
Let's go.
Well, of course, it's great that Trump survived and everything, but
Thanks, Randy.
it is sad that at least one person lost their life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I knew there was one other person that was critical condition.
Oh,
too, I know.
firefighter. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
so-
that was awful.
So-
watching that.
You
I
know.
really don't. I just like if there's one thing that this country does not need, it's this. It's this. There's already enough political divide in this election during the election year. We don't really need shooters out there.
Yeah, it's really weird to have Twitter during this.
Yeah, we've always said that Randy brought it up in the office earlier. Like we've always talked about if we could have Twitter for one day, what would it be? And like JFK assassination's obviously on that list at some point.
OJ White Bronco.
Yeah, like and now that this happened, like I wasn't glued to my phone as much as I thought I would be. If anything, I was kind of like, oh, I kind of want to not think about this.
Oh, I was at a bar and like, it was interesting seeing it going around, like people like noticing, like showing picture, like, oh, Trump got shot. And then like people are sharing memes with each other. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Randy was at a bar.
Dude, I don't know why this stuck out, but the major life event where I was out in public where it kind of like blew my mind how it infiltrated the general public around me was the black dress or white dress. Black and blue or white and gold.
I thought you were going to say Kobe.
Kobe was in Breckenridge. That was kind of interesting.
Y'all were like skiing.
Yeah.
I was at a bar.
That was wild to see people getting off the mountain and checking their phone just to see what time it was, see if they had any calls, whatever. And then seeing that Kobe had died. Like every single person was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Sure.
I was also out somewhere when they caught the Boston bomber. Or maybe I wasn't out, but they had the live manhunt on the TV at the bar that we were watching, and everybody was just glued to it, pounding beers, and it was really fun.
I was in a fraternity basement party for that.
It was great. It was great. Should we hear from our friends over at Squarespace?
Yes.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Starting a Squarespace website is extremely easy. You create your account. You go in, they have a bunch of different templates. They have a bunch of different just forms that you fill out that'll put all the proper information in the proper places. And suddenly you have a very professional looking website. You can pretty much customize these templates any which way you want. You can add a blog to it. You can add different styles of pages that include text, that include links out, that include photos, anything. It's just so easy to replace everything and make it look professional. Whether you can code or not, it doesn't matter because you don't even need to worry about that on Squarespace. You can collect emails. You can send emails. You can do everything right from Squarespace. It's just an incredible service, and I've been using it for over 10 years myself, and I've been using them since before they even came on this episode. I love Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/steam to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, squarespace.com/steam for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And if you're when I started my Squarespace site, I was worried about getting a domain name. Like, how am I going to link this? Like, I don't know how to link these things. Like, how do I connect these dots? You can do it right in there.
Yeah.
So easy.
They make it easy.
So easy.
Even
It's
I can
actually
do it.
fun to just go in there and just search for random domains because it tells you immediately if they have them or not.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah.
That's-
I looked up like D-Man plated Zocard. Available.
Is that available?
Yeah, like $9.99 a month, dude.
Buy that, Randy.
Mhm.
Did you see my my viral ad read
I did.
that we had to cut?
I was
from
very
the
happy
show?
with it. Yeah, I was very happy with it. I like when people get flustered during ad reads because it makes me feel better when I do.
I could feel myself just out there, just treading water, and then slowly I was like, "Oh no!" Just fucking, and threw the mic away.
Well, I had an episode of Retail Therapy the other day where I just straight up did ad reads from the year before.
Oh God!
Yeah. You always want to do ads that are a year old
How?
because I have all my bookmarks. Like I have like my
yeah.
stuff, and then when I type in ad calendar and press enter, the first thing that comes up is the one that I visited more because it was all of last year, which is 2023. It's just a whole thing. Brett has it set up pretty idiot proof.
Yeah.
But if there's something about Wash Media, we will figure out a way to fuck it up.
Mhm.
We will.
Yeah, and we might make content out of it. It's a little peek behind the curtain.
I'd like to make a play to hire some nice young ladies. Randy, can we see
Randy
the video?
keeps saying that.
Can we see the video from the viral Office Girls?
Oh yeah.
I saw this video and immediately was like, "Yep, I love this. I can tell the internet's going to hate this, and this is going to be a very
You
entertaining
know
time."
immediately that the internet's not going to like
Yeah.
it.
Let's just press play on this.
Gen Z boss and a mini. Gen Z boss and a mini. Itty bitty titties in a bomb. Itty bitty titties in a bomb. 5'3" in an attitude. 5'3" in an attitude. Secret product in a trench. Secret product in a trench. New friend green and a sneaky link. New friend green and a sneaky link. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Gen Z.
They're perfect.
Dude, I'm so Gen Z boss in a mini.
See, dude, I'm more fake tan hands in a hoop.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Randy, what are you, 5'3" in an attitude?
I was thinking I was more itty bitty titty and a bob.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know why these girls are getting shit. These are the happiest women in corporate America or corporate wherever they are right now, corporate Britain right now. Like,
Yeah,
let's
where
just
do they work?
let them thrive.
It seems like they've got a good company culture.
They work for a skincare company. Do you know what this is all based off of?
Yes.
I did not realize. I'll be honest, Dave. I thought this was straight up just brat summer shit.
You thought it was just bratty behavior.
Yeah, I thought these girls
Sure.
were just being brats. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that there was a previous TikTok that this was derived from,
Yeah.
which Randy can play now.
It's been a while.
Or not. Come on, there you go. Dang it, TikTok.
Is TikTok
Oh,
being
no.
oh, dude,
I'm
it's
gonna
China,
I'm
dude.
gonna refresh the page.
Producer week. No, I'm kidding.
Boots and slick back bun. Cowboy boots and the blowy. Cowboy boots and the blowy. Sam's in a little red bag. Sam's in a little red bag. Hey.
Okay.
So I'd like to recreate one of these videos at Wash Media, but I do have some stipulations, or as some people call them, non-negotiables.
Okay.
One, we can't do it in the office. Two, we cannot be sober. It would have to be a night out where we're just hammered.
Ooh, Rainy Street would be terrible.
Yeah, so exactly. Like we'd have to be on Rainy Street and come up with one and just be drunk enough to do it shamelessly and then not think about it the next day when we edit the video together.
I'll probably drink a lot Saturday.
Yeah. Should we do a golf course one?
Oh man.
Your boys would hate that.
Oh man. Oh,
Your
yeah.
non-content boys would be like, you guys need to fucking get off this golf course right now.
We still do have one TikTok in our drafts that never saw the light of day. That is the same situation that you said, that we filmed out at a bar, and I never got clearance to post it. And it was, you see me across the bar, and it was like the really cringy one.
Is it Dylan?
Is Dylan? Yeah.
He wouldn't let you post it?
Hold on.
I don't-
Hold on.
I don't
Hold on.
remember
Hold on.
this.
Hold on. Which one is this?
It was like,
It's like the boys are
Yeah.
talking and mixing up, and then like one of the guys just kind of notices and like the camera, and
it's like the elevator.
it's like they make eyes with the camera, and it's just kind of like, I don't remember us doing this.
I don't remember
us
doing this
that-
either.
The one in the
We have to
elevator.
release this.
Wait, you have it? Can you
Dylan's
play
out.
it?
Dylan's out today. Let's just release it.
All right. I'll see if it's still in the drafts or if I still have it, because yeah, I had it. It was pretty funny.
What bar did we do it at?
It was at Parlor and Yard. I don't know why we were out.
Oh god, dude, I can't imagine going to Parlor and Yard and having to film some shit like that.
Dude, the fastest way to kill an idea at Wash Media is to do the idea and then have one person in the office be like, "Is it kind of cringe?" The second it has that stink on it, it's like, "Oh, that idea is dead. We're never doing this again."
Oh, I think I did that when we remade the Russell Wilson. What was it? Where he's pointing up, he's doing the pointy thing.
Broncos Nation, let's ride.
No, it was after that. It was, I can't even remember what it was. I got suckered into doing it, and I felt like I had to do it. And like Callie was running our socials, and I remember just being like, I can't do this. This is bad. This is cringe.
What's the golf version of what these girls are doing?
Oh man, I don't know if it's the same thing, but like you see the guys do the bit where it's just one guy about to tee off, and as he takes it back, and then he just starts like hip thrusting.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? And then it
yeah.
pans back, and it's like all the guys are just sitting there hip thrusting.
That's a great video, though.
It's a good video. I've seen it remade many times. What's the song? The song will stick in your head.
Dana Kazuro? You know-
Danza Kuduro?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
By Don Omar?
It might be.
Danza Kuduro.
We'll go with that.
Maybe
See, I'm
not.
Look, shout out to these gals and their skincare.
Out of bounds driving is in. Out of bounds driving is in.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
that's the stuff. England kind of needs it. They took that L yesterday. Harry Kane as bad as they say.
1-3 putt in a gimme.
Oh,
1-3 putt in a gimme.
that's pretty good.
He's been in 8 finals.
Sure.
He has 0 assists and 0 goals in any of those finals. He has 0 trophies to show in his major professional career. And I will be honest, England seemed to be a more dangerous team when he was off the field. I don't know, David. Been a wild footy times,
What happened in the
dude.
was it Miami?
Yeah, they had the Copa America final last night. For those who don't know what the Copa America is, it's all the nations on essentially this side of the hemisphere that play in a soccer tournament, and it's like World Cup style. You know, it's a big deal. And yeah, they had the final in Miami last night, and they ended up just having terrible security. I think there were a lot of Colombian fans that showed up, not only for the match. I think Colombian fans are just a wild bunch. 2, Shakira was playing at halftime.
Nice.
Super Bowl vibes. They're in the final. People were just trying to get in. Minutes before kickoff, they just had people climbing through. It was wild.
People in the ventilation.
Yeah. I will admit, I fell asleep for most of the game. I also fell asleep for most of the Euro final. Not most of it. I fell asleep from about the 40th minute to the 70th minute.
Oh my God.
And it was not good. I was just a tired boy yesterday. But yeah, it's weird. It's like having the World Cup be 2 years from now and seeing these kind of issues is not what you want to see.
No, not at all.
It also like, I hate to say this, but like it makes me not like I had these visions of me taking my son to like a World Cup game. And then I saw videos yesterday of people losing their kids in stampedes, getting into the arenas or the stadium. And I was just like, well, my son will be 5 at that time. Do I really want to bring a 5-year-old to something that could look like this?
That's a great point. In Arlington, right?
Arlington,
Houston?
Houston. I would like to go to one game outside of Texas, but this, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I want to go to Arrowhead for some reason.
You like lose Fritz for a minute and you look up and he's just crawling through the ventilation.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's up. It's right up there.
Is it weird that my number one choice for going to a World Cup game outside of Texas is Arrowhead Stadium?
No.
I think it'd be easy to be in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think it's a badass stadium. The flight would be relatively easy there. And I think like getting to the stadium versus if you go to like MetLife or somewhere else, like I just feel like Kansas City would be an easy one.
No, I think that's good.
And you might get Taylor Swift there.
I sent you the video.
You think they're still together? Just saying.
I don't know. Did you see he was playing beer pong with Miles Teller?
Travis?
Yeah. Kelly Teller, Miles' wife, posted Instagram photo dump this past weekend. And one of the videos in it is just like Chase Crawford, some other person, Travis Kelce, and it might have been Shaun White and Miles Teller just playing beer pong together.
Okay. I'd like to make fun of him for playing beer pong, but like I really can't.
No.
Speaking of Shaun White,
I pour beer down my pants.
have you watched the Real Bros movie yet?
No. So I didn't watch much TV while we were out of town. And Real Bros movie is lingering hard. Is it good?
It's good.
What's the guy's name?
Jimmy Tatro?
No, the guy in the movie who has got a hilarious name.
Oh, Jathu?
Jathu. I cannot. For some reason, I can never remember the name Jathu, but it's a hilarious name.
No, I really enjoyed it. It felt just as good as all the other stuff too.
I can't wait. It might be tonight. Might be tonight.
Have you watched the episode 2 of The Boys?
I have not watched any of this season of The Boys
Okay.
yet. So
All right, I'll leave it there.
unfortunately not.
Can I talk something out with you guys? I didn't
Please.
hit anyone with my car again, but I did have a contentious situation transpire.
Okay.
I want to know if I want to know what I needed to do in this situation. We were on the plane. We were heading home. We had just boarded the plane in Atlanta.
Southwest?
Delta.
Okay.
We're on the plane, and the plane is. When I get on the plane, I hear one of the flight attendants complaining. He's complaining to the other flight attendants, saying, "We only had 5 minutes to clean up this plane, and now they're sending people on already." And when I'm 5 feet away from the guy and he's complaining about the people getting on the plane, I kind of felt like a dumbass. It's like, well, cool. I'm just right here, just being the thorn in your side. I'm really
You're the
sorry.
problem.
If there's anything I'm willing to clean stuff out of the seat back if you want me to. Like
Sure.
if you need me to sit in a certain area for a couple minutes to whatever. And I could tell the guy was in a mood. I also had a son who was in a mood. 3-year-olds don't like flying. They don't like connecting. They don't like anything.
Yeah.
So they take off and they bring out the drink situation. So they got the big drink cart, and the drink cart is right next to me. So my shoulder's like touching the drink cart.
Okay.
The grumpy flight attendant is handling the people in the back, like behind the drink cart. The nice flight attendant is handling everyone forward from the drink cart. My son sees that there are some mini Sun Chips, which like don't even get me started on this is what he's simping for. You know how much I hate Sun Chips. So seeing my son do it, it's just like, what are you doing, brother?
It's a bad take. They're great. Shout out Garden Salsa.
They were garden salsa.
Oh,
I even
yeah.
looked at him. I said, Dylan would be loving this right now.
Oh,
and my
yeah.
son's looking at it and he's like, I want a snack. I want a snack. So I'm like, all right. I look over at Sally and Sally goes, just grab it. Just grab one.
Oh, you can't. You can't grab from the
Dude.
cart.
Dude.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
It was like I had like planted a bomb on the plane. grab it really quick and I hand it to Fritz. I was trying to make it look like he leaned over and grabbed it because I didn't want to be the guy doing it. But I was also like, whatever. Like, I'm a dad and he can hear my kid going wild right now. Like, they're not going to yell at me. Oh, no. Oh, no. I got chastised publicly on this plane. Sir, do not touch the snacks. I'm sorry. And I did the whole, like, do you want me to put it? Oh, no, my son's got it open. What do I do here? I was frozen.
Oh, man.
Sir, like everyone, like it was like I was like running to the front of the plane with a knife in my hand, the way that he like stopped me in my tracks. If Mark Wahlberg had been there, those chips would still be on that cart.
Yeah, would have gone down differently. You can't touch the cart. You just can't.
I didn't know that they had that much of a like they run that tight of a ship. And I kind of blamed it on his grumpiness. So I moved on.
Chip.
So here's where it started to get a little awkward. So after this all happens, and I am so rattled at this point that I'm like, I don't even want to look at anybody because I'm like scared. I'm worried that they're gonna like land the plane and deplane everyone because
people across the way are like, that's the guy that just got poured out by the flight attendant.
That's the guy who can't afford food for his kids, so he's stealing it from the flight attendant.
Yeah.
What's this guy's fucking problem? And then the nicer flight attendant comes up and she looks at my son. She goes, "You want any snacks?" And she goes, "Oh, I see you already have some sun chips." And I'm like, "Oh, don't even bring up the sun chips, lady."
It was a thing.
And she goes, "Do you want some more?" And I joked and I was like, "Is he allowed to have some more?"
Oh,
shouldn't have done it. And she goes, "Yeah, we're not gonna bite his hand." And I said, I don't know what came over me, but I said, "Well, the guy back there might." And she looked and she started laughing. And I was like, okay, he's clearly in a bad enough mood that she knows he's in a bad mood. Flight attendant comes forward. She gives Fritz not one, but 2 pairs of wings, please.
Ooh.
And then she clearly went to the first class snacks and got a bunch of first class snacks and gave them to Fritz, who didn't care. He just wanted sun chips.
You got the snacks though.
But I was like, dude, I think I just poured this guy out. But I will say, the Delta flight attendant that was nice about it was like, she knew the situation and she remedied everything. She made me feel more at ease that I wasn't like hijacking the plane. Don't touch the fucking snacks.
Man, you took some liberties.
But like, I saw a lady a couple flights ago order a full Sprite on a Southwest flight where they don't give you the full can.
Okay.
She ordered the full Sprite. And when they gave it to her, she said, "Don't crack it." And then she just dumped it in her bag. And I'm like, I feel like
she's taking the Sprite for the road.
Yeah, she took it for the road. And I was like, I feel like me taking something off the snack cart's less egregious than her just like asking for a can of Sprite and putting it in her bag.
Yeah. Something about that feels dirty.
This is weird. I'm a Southwest boy. So when we were on the American for those flights and they gave me the full can of ginger ale, I was like, what am I supposed to do with all this?
You had 4 more ounces.
I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, wait, I have to keep pouring this into my cup?
What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, you didn't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's their domain. And like, you got to wait. Otherwise, they're going to be those robots going to be taking their jobs. They're going to have a cart that just self-propels and you just grab whatever you want off of it. I like the idea of Will, like Vacation Will, just mixing, like grabbing the stuff and just mixing up a bloody without permission. And they like look over and Will's just got like a big old piece of celery in there.
Yeah. Stuffing my own blue cheese olives at the cart. He's going crazy.
Random slice of pizza on there for some reason. No one's asking for it, but they're doing it anyway.
There's not a chance in hell I will ever touch the refreshment cart ever again. It's just simply not happening.
You can't.
No. I didn't realize how strict that was. It's almost as strict as people standing up when the plane lands, which I've heard has gotten pretty contentious on this podcast lately.
Some people do it. It's a leg stretch play for some.
Okay, so I'll explain why I'm bringing this up. On the listener voicemail episode from last week on Patreon, patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast, there was a conversation that it seemed to get a little heated regarding standing up on the plane. We had Dylan, who was playing the part of the person who does stand up when the plane lands. And we had Randy and Dave playing the part of people who don't stand up when the plane lands.
Am I crazy? Have we not been doing this show long enough and like talked airplane etiquette, at least 5 different segments? How did we never know that? Or did we just
Here's the thing, guys.
argue over
Here's the thing. I didn't speak much on this before the episode. I stand up.
You're standing.
I don't stand up every time. But there are times when I stand up. And here is why. Sometimes you just got to get the real estate. Because if you don't get the real estate, someone else is getting the real estate. And you don't know who that person could be.
Okay.
I know that I'm an efficient traveler. Sometimes if I can see like an old lady next to me who might be like, in the third seat next to the window, I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if it takes her a couple more minutes to get off this plane and she sits there. I think I'm going to stand up and get off this plane way faster than her. It's not a nice guy move, but I understand the stand up.
Wow.
Here's what I don't understand.
He's conceding that it's a advantageous play. You're doing it for getting out of there.
I want to get out of there, but I'm never going to be the person that races up. Maybe it is a leg stretch play.
Oh, see now, he's thinking it through.
What's the actual harm? Is it just the taking up space just waiting your turn, just general decency?
For me, the biggest thing is that like not everyone can stand up. If everyone could stand up, then yeah, fine. But like it's the crotch and butt in the people's faces that can't stand up.
Well, here's how my ideal situation happens. You have one aisle person stand up. That allows the other two people to have a little more room to get their stuff together. Maybe pull their backpack out from underneath the seat, get their stuff, get it all together, whatever. This is the ideal situation. And then everyone's happy. Everyone gets out easily. You get your suitcase down from the overhead compartment. I don't know. I don't really care either way. When I see it now, I don't really care.
I think it just makes people uncomfortable because when they stand up, you've got at least 5 more minutes. At least 5 more minutes on this plane. And when that happens, it's just kind of it's borderline chaotic.
It gets crowded.
It's almost like you just need.
Crowded.
It's like you almost need the people to start deplaning before you can actually stand up. Like once they open the cabin door and everyone starts actually leaving, maybe that's like the opportune time.
Yeah, I would not argue with that. That's because people are standing up and going.
There's also a sense of like shared anxiety because anxiousness, really, like people they're standing up and you can tell everybody's like facing the front and they're ready to get off.
Yeah.
But you're not going anywhere for the next 5 minutes at least, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just like you kind of get this weird energy of just like, and I don't know.
Like I said, I don't do it every time.
Killer.
I don't do it every time, and I won't do it if it puts out that aggressive energy of like, no, like I'm getting up because I need to stand up and be right here. I don't need to be that guy, but I will deploy it in situations when I kind of just want to get on my way, kind of want to get off the plane, maybe run to my car. I'm not saying it's right.
I feel like no matter what, I'm not getting off that plane quicker. I feel like there's always something that's going to hinder my ability to get out of there.
Well, when we landed the other day, lightning had struck between when we had landed and when our bags would make it to the baggage claim.
Okay.
And because lightning had struck so close to the airport, they had to shut everything down. And so I waited for 90 minutes to get my bags.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sent Sally and the kids home in the car and took an Uber.
Yeah, I think that was worth it. You can't keep the kids there for 90 minutes.
I told her, I was like, you need to get the hell out of here with these kids right now. I will take the bullets here. Sorry, it's not a good time to say that.
Way to go, Will.
Wow.
Well, usually I say take the body shots because I'm thinking of like a boxer just getting hit in the stomach and just taking them,
I thought you just said you take the back shots.
But then I started realizing when I say that in casual conversation to people who don't watch boxing, like Dave, do they think I'm talking about taking body shots?
Like you're on Cancun on spring break?
Yeah, like I'm sucking Malibu out of Randy's navel.
All right, I'll take the body shots, pour them up.
All right.
Yeah, no, what would you say there? I'll take the heat.
I'll take the hit. You can just say, I'll take the hit.
Take the hit.
Yeah.
Take the hit. Take the hit.
I'll take the body shot.
I said that to someone recently, and I was like, no, I was just taking body shots, just like trying to endure. And then I was like, does that make sense?
I just pictured Will in like the original Jersey Shore season, just ripping body shots with Sam and Ron.
I just imagine you on the EDM cruise, just fucking getting wild.
Did y'all see the Situation at the Eras Tour?
No.
Situation went to Eras Tour in Italy, Milan.
Oh, hell yeah.
He had a great caption with him and his girl. He just referred to them as the Situations.
No, that's good.
The situations have made it to the Eras Tour.
Yeah, I gotta say, you had a good caption. The sun rain thing, that was good. That was good.
Sun rain, sun rain.
That was good.
I hovered over that one for a minute. I didn't know whether or not that would make sense, but I had to go with it. Hey, can we play a couple video clips to close out today's episode?
Yes.
Dave, part of the reason I bring this up today is because I know this is a show that was near and dear to your heart. Hey, dude. Turned 35 yesterday. Does that make you feel old?
Yeah. Damn. Really?
35. Came out in 1989.
Oh my God, I was that young watching it.
I just want to hear the theme song for nostalgia purposes.
Mount Rushmore Nickelodeon show.
Hit that theme song, Randy.
Dude, I'll never forget when Ted wanted to save money. He was trying to borrow money to buy a beatbox.
Dude, I watched this show endlessly.
Ooh, shout out Brad.
Forgot Brad was a girl.
This is good.
Dude.
So is this like Yellowstone?
No, Randy.
No,
Oh, Christine Taylor.
Ben Stiller's ex.
Are they done?
I thought they got divorced. Oh yeah, Buddy. Buddy was always mad because there's no sidewalks to skateboard on.
Dude, I get it. Hey, dude.
God, what a great show.
They don't make them like this, dude. I don't want to be old man yelling at cloud, but like they truly don't make them like this anymore. There's nothing like this that our sons are trying to watch. I was born in 87, and by the time I started watching this, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Like, I don't think there's anything that I can just send my son's way that's hey dude level. Nothing salute your shorts level.
No, man. There was a time where it was, hey, dude, salute your shorts, and maybe sprinkle in some Eureka's Castle or something.
Dude.
And I was rocking, dude. David the Gnome.
What?
I know, I know.
Gnomes?
I know. Sorry. Look, hey, man.
Randy, I don't understand. I understand your TikToks now or your videos now. I didn't understand them for a little bit, but I respect the grind.
Thank you.
I respect
thank
the
you.
grind.
I still have one more that I need to edit, and then I actually filmed one in Walmart recently that I'm going to put out. So I need to get the other one finished though. Grind don't stop.
Dude, he's such a real guy.
Man,
get it?
He always drops some.
REEL.
He drops them like the last 5 minutes of every pod.
It's a good call.
Perfect.
It's not a bad call.
I do usually try to go noon. I think that's when the good posting time is.
He's figured out the algorithm.
Trying to.
The algorithm's figuring you out.
Yeah, dude.
That's the sad truth, man.
Yeah.
Let's close it out with some Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, can we see the Alec Baldwin clip?
This week in Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
This is first of all, I got to say the glasses and partial slick back are really working for Alec.
Yeah, I don't hate what he's doing. I felt bad for him throughout this because I don't think he intended to kill anybody. I can't speak to the actual thoughts on the trial, but
Yeah, I didn't follow it too closely. I'm honestly shocked that it even went to trial. But yeah, it got dismissed. But not without this. And this, if you haven't seen the video, you really got to see the court TV video. It's making the rounds. You can always watch. This shows up on YouTube if they're watching it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just hit play. It's him. It's just the camera's on him, and they've got somebody, a witness on the stand or something.
All right, here it is.
This is so
I
good.
really appreciated the acting that he did on Saturday Night Live, and I really appreciate his politics.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying that.
this lady doesn't look like someone that would call someone a cocksucker.
That's the thing. That woman doesn't say that.
like she sounds like she's complimenting his acting on Saturday Night Live,
Loves his politics.
and I love his politics.
Total cocksucker.
Yeah,
I
but that guy's a
don't like that
cocksucker.
guy.
He's
Dude,
a fucking
the way
cocksucker.
his head.
No, it's like the safari
last
flap.
thing.
It's the safari flaps. Like it's all over again. What?
The best thing too is like he doesn't even budge from like all like the glazing. Like, oh, great on SNL, great politics. Doesn't even phase him. Not even. He's like, whatever. Heard this a million times. Here's that, and it's like, wait a minute.
If you're
Wanted to jump out of his seat.
Dave, you're a man of the law.
Sure.
If you had that ready to go on a piece of paper in front of you while cross-examining someone, are you excited to say the word cocksucker in court?
Yeah.
Are you figuring out a way to say cocksucker in court in front of Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, you have to. But you have to. The way he delivered it, he knew this was going to send a shock through the courtroom. And her face, like, she's like, wait a minute. That just doesn't sound like something I would say.
I've always wanted to be cross-examined for something, but even though I know that if I was being cross-examined for something, something's gone wrong. I've thought it'd be fun, but I also know that they would catch me a million different ways. It would just be like, "You said this, sir," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I did maybe say that."
Like if that's you, you're like, okay, wait a minute.
I was just kind of gassing up my homie at the time. Like I just wanted, like I don't know. I was with the boys.
Busting balls.
It's like movie night on Love Island when they just show up what everyone's doing on Katza and More. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Like the boys were buzzing.
It's like didn't think that one was gonna get out. Didn't think so. Even though there's cameras in every room.
Even though they have cameras pointing at the beds all night.
That's phenomenal. I've watched that clip a number of times. Her face, like when she's like, she's so rattled. That's
the gratification of this clip is that when I first saw it the first time, I thought it was going to be just him finding out that they were declaring it a mistrial and he was crying because he was happy. And I was like, well, I've already seen that. I don't need to see it. But I decided to play it once and I was like, oh, this is a totally different clip and this is great.
Is there a clip of his wife who does a fake Spanish accent and has been doing it for years?
No, I did not see that. Is this like the Paris Hilton clip when she goes into deep voice?
Dude. Randy, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I know what Will's talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. We don't have to pull it
Who's
up
he
now.
married to?
Dude, she does like a cooking thing. Hilaria Baldwin. And she has like an inexplicable Spanish accent. And then like it came out like she's not. I don't know if she's from like has Spanish descent, whatever. The accent is very, very fake.
Maybe she just comes out when she's drunk and she wasn't drunk in that moment.
It's amazing. So just go watch it and have fun and go watch that video. It's absolutely worth it. By the way, this woman looks like the actress on SNL who plays Hillary Clinton on SNL. Just have to point that out too. She's got hill dog hair.
It's probably good SNL's not in season right now, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. You think they would have whipped? I mean, that was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
That was Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, where I just saw the quote tweet of, think they're going to address it?
Nickelodeon sucks right now. I've been talking nostalgia TV with Sally. I even brought up Eureka's Castle to her the other day. I was like, but it's weird looking back now on all the Nickelodeon stuff now that the documentaries come out and just being like, oh,
I refuse to watch it.
I refuse. I will acknowledge the stuff.
I've seen enough.
I refuse to watch.
I know who the bad actors are. I just don't need to. I don't need to watch it. It'll be too emotional.
I don't know if there's any bad things that happened during our era, because all the things in that documentary are kind of like right after you and I had phased out of Nickelodeon. I would say
like, Mr. Ernst got like Me Too'd back then. They covered it up.
That'd be tough.
That'd be real tough.
That'd be tough, dude. Pete and Pete. Pete and Pete is a show that will never be replicated for kids. They're never going to make a show that weird for kids ever again.
Dude, Randy, were you in on Pete and Pete? That's a Randy show.
Pretty much every show that you guys had mentioned.
You would have been, had you been born the same time as us, you would have been in on Pete and Pete. It was quirky. It was weird. It was good.
Goated theme song.
Really good. Always wanted a tattoo on my arm of her.
Yeah.
For my birthday one year, my buddy gave me one of the red hats that
that's cool.
Pete always wore. It was about a size too small.
Okay.
And so I just absolutely forced it for about 3 months.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
The only way that it fit well is if you took the ear flaps down. You couldn't be ear flap guy.
Yeah, you couldn't. You could. You've been Northern Michigan. It plays.
Yeah. Not in school.
That's fair.
Yeah. Should we get the hell out of here?
Bye.